Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Midnight Reset Podcast. This is episode 3. How y'all doing tonight? I've been on a roll with this. I'm glad. I appreciate all the support. I've been enjoying this. This is something I could see me doing for a long time. Without further ado, let's get it started with a simple update. Y'all let me know how y'all doing in the comments if you feel free to. I'll let you know how I'm doing. So episode 1, I talked about how I got moved into my new place and how it's like real life has started. Then I'll talk about how winning and not always getting the results you expected. So this is week 3. I know it seems like it's a whole kind of part 1, part 2, part 3, but trust me, 3 different weeks, different mindset. We keep moving forward and we try our best each and every day. So to update y'all, with family's been good, and I'm proud of how far I come because I've been getting a lot more congratulations and more assistance with living, not like money wise, but like I've been getting assistance from family and people I know, like connections, like trying to get furniture, get help with housing. Like I got a housing kit today. It was basic stuff that really helps out, and we have to cherish those people. That stuff was like washcloths, um dishing utensils, all that type of stuff. And yeah, I want to say that of course I'm proud, and it is funny. It's like I'm seeing more people move in their new places, and I'm seeing people like elevate their kind of lifestyle. Sorry, I know I took like a pause break. I made a change directions. My brain just like I zoned out for a second just because I heard some weird stuff. But regardless, that's been going well. And another good update for the people who enjoy my gamer content or just want to hear about it. I recently started back streaming again. I know I was going to. I know I was going to do my video streaming, and it's never like a big deal, or I was never like trying to take a vacation. But yesterday, I I did a 10-hour stream kind of naturally. It is fun to stream. It's pretty cool. So that was pretty fun. I kind of just did whatever came to mind, and I'm gonna keep doing that and see however it goes. Or I'm just gonna go on my own flow and trust my instinct about however to do things. That's how I'm kind of follow with the whole YouTube stuff. Oh yeah, and of course for the people who got the funny bone yesterday, I know this is supposed to it'll be April 2nd, but hey, if you have a good April Fool's joke, let me know. Usually my go-to or the one I remember is telling somebody that they dropped their pocket and you say April Fool, you gotta laugh with it though because it could be caused as disrespectful in a way. Like, hey, look, you dropped your pocket. You laugh at them, but you gotta be like, I'm joking, April Fools. You gotta do it fast. You gotta do it smooth. Like, hey, you dropped your pocket. April Fools, April Fools, because somebody might they might not like that. But all jokes are fun. April Fools, I don't really have no good stories. Just kind of just a random day that people don't really don't really pay attention to. I kind of like that too. Right. So I think that's everything I want to update y'all about. I was thinking like, is there anything else? No. I think right now, if I'm 1 out of 10, I'm like a 6. Like, I think I'm satisfied. I'm happy and proud of myself. How far I come. But of course, still a lot of anxiety about now. I got to keep the place. Now I got to do this, do that. Just dealing with a lot of real life stuff. Since it's like now I'm in the real world in a way, paying them damn bills. But since I'm adjusting to this new housing style and just everything, it's been something. I guess the algorithm hit me at the right time. And this may be controversial. It's going to be a lot of controversial stuff that might be said during this. So, hey, I'm going to stand on what I say. And it's never nothing to attack nobody. I just like to self-reflect and be on my critical thinking, thing. So we're moving in, right? Of course, there's a lot of responsibilities. You're not just staying in your room anymore, clean, folding up your bed, making your bed up, instead of folding up your bed, making your bed, putting up your clothes or basic stuff. Now you're taking care of the house, utilities, making sure everything's nice and running. So it all started with me, I think, scrolling. Forgot what app, but I just know it was like a spiral of a couple of videos. The algorithm hit. I seen somebody talk about the things that we use everyday use. So say for examples, certain dishwashing soap or laundry. Maybe this caters towards women more. Because I know men, it's like whatever, like don't really care that much. But it was like those dishwashing, dish soaps. My fault. Dish soap, laundry detergent, lots of stuff. It was like lots of examples. Even shit like this. Just I got it right next to me. Febreze, right? Well, simple stuff like Febreze. Maybe I shouldn't call that our product, but hey, it is what it is. Just people informing me about this product is toxic and has mad chemicals that mess up your hormones or just not good to use. Now that's not like an everyday use. I use it around every day, but it is good because you want to use those basic needs that you need to keep your life not like a mess in a way. And it was like, okay, that was weird, but it wasn't just the way they did it and talked about it. I seen people just straight up talk about it, and then I got into the videos where people was making a skit about how this is toxic. Just straight up, just kind of like made a skit out of calling out these companies and saying they're toxic to our bodies and slowly killing us, which is already scary. At first, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like eyebrow raised, like, okay, then what are you supposed to use? Like the fuck, like that's how it kind of happened. Because the way they did it, it just didn't come off right. It didn't come off genuine. It come off just like you're killing yourself slowly. So okay, what are you supposed to do about it? Because the video is mostly just a skit. Pissed me off a little. Because it's like, what am I supposed to do about it then? It's not like it grows on, it grows on trees about what should we use, or it's not like it's publicly known, or we're supposed to know whatever type of chemical that, you know, we're supposed to use. And even talking about it, some people already probably disagree, and or some people might know what I'm talking about, and they might be like, "Oh, that's a victim mindset. They're trying to teach you how to better health your life, have a better healthy lifestyle, and stay out the victim mindset." They're trying to help you, which I get, and that's even what ties into the main topic, which I'll get to eventually. Well, with this topic right now, it's like, when is it enough? Like, you telling me after all this anxiety stuff, now I gotta worry about some damn dishwashing soap? I gotta watch what I use now? You telling me those plastic utensils I can't use? I'm supposed to use wooden stuff? You telling me this pot right here I can't use because it's not this and that, not plant certified? You know what I mean? That's where it's like, damn, when is it? No, it's just like, fuck, I'd rather just not even try no more. On God, that's how it feels. It's like, it's just frustrating when you get into that spiral. That dad was like kind of exhausted and annoyed even thinking about it. And that was one of the things I wrote down. That was like the second topic, but that was the first thing I know I could easily just bounce off. I'm still learning. I'm still figuring out when is, when is that time where it's like, okay, I understand. I understand why they say this and that. And that was like the other thing that even popped up because the women who made that, the people who made that content was women, and they were warning about like hormones and all this and that. Of course, men are affected by that too, but we're not. We don't have those same cycles as women do. So I know our body, nobody's body's the same, of course, but like some people get affected by certain products, which I get. I don't know if y'all have any thoughts on it. This is definitely a topic that I'm gonna ponder on a little bit. I know I did a little bit of research. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't go too in depth. I should have, but things have been moving pretty fast for me lately, which I'm adjusted to. I think I had a good pace. I'm still taking care of the things I need to. Meanwhile, still doing the content I like. But I would have liked to come more prepared and talk about a topic that I'm not well informed on, and you know, just something that's like it's like something that that we should be warned by more, because that does happen. I know even with hospitals and stuff, that could even happen with hospitals. When your body's not functioning the way you want, or something's wrong, or you don't know how to don't know how to identify it. So of course you go to the people who went to school for years, the people who spend every day 8 hours learning about bodies in and out, or whatever the topic may be. You go to them, and even then they might give you like medicine or stuff that's not right for your body, or you have to be watching out what you take in and consume. That I will always stand on. But seeing that whole spiral of like products that we use, that threw me off big time. Now, I know I did do a little research about it. Like, I looked up and seeing if it was toxic, and had me questioning, like, on Amazon when they have like 1 through 5 stars, and people will leave their reviews. And I was looking like, so is this product toxic? Should I be using this? Because I know sometimes Amazon will have like a bestseller, but I would just look at reviews. It did get me curious. I was wondering, like, do they delete reviews? Because 50,000 people, 50K bought this one product. It's rated high star, but no really negative reviews. You know what I mean? So then it scratches my head, like, is this really true? Because we know game companies, products, they're going to do everything they can to make their, product sell. I remember even off topic, working at GameStop. That was probably the one job I had that you had to do whatever means by means possible to, cater to that product. And we had to be persuasive, like really, really persuasive, to get people to sign up for the membership. It was a good job though. I'm kind of glad I did it, because that was a dream job growing up. I remember getting that talk about just what type of job you want. And I was thinking, of course, something with gaming, because that was all I did as a kid. Game, cartoons, sports. So of course, when I'm thinking about a job and what I would get paid for, I want to get paid for talking about video games or playing video games, however it was. Of course, going in there, it was not what I expected. That job was cool, but at the same time, it wasn't like nothing crazy. I would say so. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I got off topic a little bit. I started thinking about the past or all that. I am so sorry. But I know I was slightly on the topic of deleting reviews about gaming and everything. I seen it, of course, with video games. They would delete reviews, and some of them is kind of justified. I remember seeing people delete, post a review about a game because, like, they didn't like the music, or it was something so random that's like has nothing to do with the game. That was probably a bad example because that might be a good reason. But a random review I could think of, honestly, it may be some mean type stuff. They rated 1 star and say Hakuna Matata. Like that doesn't make sense. But their review went through. Like, okay, that didn't help at all. Stuff like that. And what will I do? And besides just talking about it and what I advise, because this podcast, I'm not just trying to have it as me complaining about things each week and no solution. I at least want to talk about stuff, the solution, and give my words of wisdom and my experience so other people could learn from my mistakes or I give them advice. Will I change my ways of how I buy my products? Slightly, but I don't see the point of doing it all. I don't even know exactly like what how to even go about it. I know definitely for sure. Uh, hey, I already called out one product. They all coming down. They all going down. I called them all out. From what I remember with the video, it was Dawn. Yeah, they called out Dawn too. It was Dawn. Clorox, like Clorox wipes. Funny enough, that was like one of the first things I had in this house. Dawn Clorox wipes, Febreze. I think that was pretty much it. Yeah, those was the big three. I wasn't trying to expose it, but hey, it's gotten to that point. I'm trying to be the best version of myself, and that was something that was really on my mind, and I didn't know how to go forward with it. It's kind of crazy that to see that though. Like, damn, are we serious? I just got this spot. You telling me I got. Oh, maybe I went on that topic for a little too long. But hey, if you've seen it, you've seen it. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, all I can say is just be careful of the products you buy. But at the same time, I guess you just have to watch out for your how your body reacts because sometimes that Febreze smells good. Why would I get rid of it? And back to the victim mindset, it's like, why would I want to buy more money, waste my money on more expensive products, the organics and special custom products that's more expensive for a more healthy lifestyle. You know that's where it gets like, do I really want to do that? It's not affecting me. That's just how it is. And of course, the people could brush it off and be like, "Fine, do whatever. I don't care." And you can go on with your day. I think both is fine to use. And what I was getting at that I probably did, maybe I didn't say it before. I think it all based down on how much you use. Like I know Febreze is fine. Like everything in this world, I know it's not healthy. There's always gonna be drawbacks, especially with food. Half the stuff we eat is slightly, incorrect, invalid, sugar filled, fake food, not fully what it is. And I think it boils down to just watching how much we consume of it, if I'm being honest. That's how I'm kind of viewing it. That's how I'm looking at it. I guess my last outtake on that is just be careful out there, y'all. Maybe somebody might give me advice. I might not change my ways. I'm just gonna keep testing products and whatever I like, I like. And I'm not just gonna fall for the social media. This is not because it's always gonna be something that somebody disagrees on. Just do it the best for you. That's how I could finish that off. I'm just gonna do it the best for me. All right, now this is my first time doing a topic on a situation, and why the video even is titled "Am I Enough?" Something like that. However, I title it. This was a video I caught browsing. I'm gonna react to it, and I want to talk about it. This is something that I felt could resonate with me, especially during this lifestyle change, and a lot of other people, because I know I was in that slump. This is another controversial thing, and we're gonna talk about it. So let's go.
See, I was born to lose. I always knew I was gonna lose. And a lot of people don't want to admit this. Some people was meant to lose. Everybody wasn't meant to be a winner. You know? So you got some people that'll tell you, you know, everybody got the ability to win. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. And see, a lot of guys knew from the time they were teenagers that they would never have nobody. They'll never have a wife. They'll never have no kids. They'll never have nobody. See, I knew I was destined to lose from day one. I predicted how my life was going to play out when I was a teenager. My dad told me at 14, women find me, women ain't going to like you. They think you're ugly, and women ain't going to dig you. See, I had a daddy to let me know early in life that women weren't going to be feeling me. I was born to lose, you know? See, women say they like men who got confidence, but that's a lie. See, men who are confident is because women like them.
Yeah, that's not to take in, huh? Ooh, we had to take a breath off that. Especially that ties in literally something I was talking about, like saying it's okay to not have the outcomes you expected. And I know that some people will probably scroll past that, be like, hell no, instantly probably judging him like he's miserable, this and that. You see, it's tough to talk about. You can't just talk about it and just brush it off, like, or call him, you're never gonna get nowhere talking like that. And my even take on that is, hey, he's self-aware, he's not being delusional. Do I agree with the take? To a certain extent. I do actually agree that not everyone's going to be a winner. I literally said last week, you're not going to get the outcome you expected. But at the same time, that doesn't mean you stop trying, you know? Even with this stuff right here. I've been doing this whole content creative stuff, for about 10 years? And it's like, maybe it wasn't meant for me. Maybe I'm not meant for the camera. I'm already not even that well at speaking. So, it gets to that. Like, maybe I wasn't meant for this. But it's something I like to do and I want to do. So I keep going with it. That's where for me, I kind of like stop myself with it. Like that's where I like, okay, I get what you're saying. And it might be true. But me personally, I think that trying is never gonna stop me. Nothing's never gonna stop me from not trying. With certain situations, if that makes sense to y'all. Like, of course, I was thinking of the girl situation. If I'm being real, if I'm being rejected, I'm being rejected. I'm not gonna keep trying because, and you know what I mean? Especially with that. Do not go and keep poking that bear. Like DatBoiiJonta said, just keep going. Eventually, if you enjoy what you're doing, keep going, right? Yeah, that may be true, but there's a lie. There's a lie with it. Life is something, man, huh? Life is clearly something. Now, no hate, of course, to the creator. It was just a really good topic to even dabble in. Did I have a whole breakdown, thinking through. Not really. It was one of those videos. It was like, damn, that kind of hit. Was he right? Maybe he was. Was it negative? Hell yeah, it was. Hearing that type of video makes you not want to try no more. And of course, we have to keep trying. Have to do it for ourselves. We always have to put ourselves first. You know what they say about that the airplane situation. An emergency situation, what you want to do first? Of course, we love our children. That sounded weird, but of course, if we have children, our wives and everything, we love them to death. We love them all with our heart. But you know what they're gonna say with that, with the airplane stuff. In any emergency, put your vest on first. Don't try to help out anybody else. You gotta help yourself out first. And I could be said with a lot of things. Yeah, I know today's talk wasn't too positive. Funny enough, I'm still cleaning this damn house. I don't even know I'm supposed to clean that. It's off topic, off topic. But with the guy, it's like, shit, you know? It does hit. It really does. Not gonna lie, I had to take a pause break. I was really thinking about that video. It was just like, I saw this. I want to talk about it a lot more. Maybe I don't have all the tools I need to talk about it right now, because I know I'm not even in that flow state mode. And like I said, it is like really controversial about like, why even have this mindset? It's so toxic, terrible for you. Why? But at the same time, it's like, isn't that better than lying to yourself? You see, it's like I want to tread lightly, even talking about this. That's where the whole topic of when is it enough? How many times will I keep lifting that 20-pound bell to be in that Olympic medal weightlifting sport, something like that, you know? It's just like, when is it enough? How long do I have to keep trying? Of course, with me, my mindset, even all the stuff I've been through, the mental battles, the struggles, the physical, all that stuff. Of course, it's been times where I took a break and like, I can't do this. I'm not lying to myself. I know I'm not winning. But in my mind, it always goes back to, you can't stop though. There does get to a point where you have to know when to stop. That's why life is so interesting, man. Because, like I said, I mostly agree with him. And if you have anything to counter argument with it, please let me know. And of course, you could say, well, he's manifesting that, and that's already a lose battle itself. I know we talk about manifestation, how you speak something into existence. It can be true, but that's not fully the whole story. I like manifestation though too. Like, I try to speak my goals into existence. Like, oh, I'm gonna be a great dad one day. I'm gonna help my family out. I'm gonna do this and do that. That's good. You can keep doing that. But it's not, the reason why you do that stuff when you get to that end point or that destination, whatever it may be, you constantly saying it to yourself every day isn't the, reason why it happened. It's you doing your best and how you worked, how you like worked on it. You know what I mean? Like, manifestation, it does help. It does go with it. But that's not the whole, you know what I'm saying? That's not the whole reason why that worked out for you. I want to put that all on manifestation. Like, oh, I've been to the gym and I went 200 days straight. I manifested that, that I could do it. If that made sense, it made sense. If it didn't click with you. That's how I feel about that. But I really don't feel like that guy's wrong in the video. Did he corrupt my mind? Did he gonna stop me trying? No. My mindset is always gonna be try no matter what. Try until I die. No, I'm not lying to myself. I know I'm not a winner, but I know I will keep trying. So yeah, that's actually maybe a topic that I come back to again. I gotta start writing these down. Don't worry, I will. I will do more work. I promise I will. And because these are topics that I really like. Not like that. I like this damn house. When am I cleaning anymore? It's 95%. Off topic, off topic. But no, really though, that's a topic where it's like, how do people feel about it? I want to get other people's perspectives and their thought process. Of course, it is like what he's saying is not wrong though, but it's like it's not good to say that. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Life is precious though. We could value it though. There's so much beautiful things. But sometimes that beautiful things is overshadowed by all the negative stuff in the world, like he said. You know, sometimes you have to be a winner to see the beautiful stuff in life. Otherwise, yeah, I gotta be at work, so I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? We have to find those things that bring ourselves joy and value to our life. That's why one thing I love to do, explore other languages. Honestly, I love vlogs. I like to see vlogs, view places in the world, and sometimes I want to travel there myself. Like the one place I know, I talked about it in my 2025 video, like my recap. I talked about going to Singapore with that special somebody, be on that boat. Honestly, my life would feel pretty fulfilled if I ever got to do that. Now, even if it's without a special person, I think I still want to go on that boat, still learn languages, still do the best I can for this one life that we live. I'm not gonna get spiritual and when I think about after death and this and that. That's not today's topic. Today's topic is, when is it enough? And the last couple minutes of this, I guess I'll cover it one last time before we wrap things up, because this is really like a back and forth type of thing. Usually my topics are just experiences, but this one I feel like I needed a back and forth. I did have guests who want to come on, but hey, we'll get into that. But speaking of, when is it enough? Like Jonte, you talk about keep moving forward. Well, I'm tired, and I hear you on that. I'm tired myself too. When will it be enough? When will it be enough when I finally do what I need to do? Like, oh, I've been posting every day, this and that. Try to change what you, of course, it's different stuff, different topic for different situations. But I've been doing this. Try to change up how the way you do it. Nothing's working. Try a different path. But when will it end? I'm tired. Take a break and keep trying again. That's the only thing I could think of, really. I'm not even getting emotional even talking about it, because it's like, damn, is it really that simple? It might be. So like I dude in the video said, I feel like a loser. Well, you are, but you're not gonna be a forever loser. Hey, that's all I can say about it. I'm definitely gonna come back to this topic. I know I'm gonna work more on my podcast skills and topics and everything. I definitely want to make it more free flow and more genuine, that that I can prepare for the topic. Today I had the topics ready, but I didn't deep dive in it, especially with that. I watched it more than the one time, then y'all saw me watch it, but I don't think I deep dive into it and what I wrote down my feelings. I mean, I talked about how I felt at the moment, but it may even change. Will I lean towards more his side? Probably not. Do I disagree? Like I said, to a certain extent. And that's how I feel with that. Yeah, I know today was heavy. Of course, be easy on yourself and take care of yourself. I know I will do the same. I'm your host, DatBoiiJonta. Thank you guys so much for listening to me. I appreciate your time. I know this was a podcast all around the place. Maybe a change in perspective on some of the things. But at the end of the day, do not stop trying. That's what I could say. Hopefully you guys have a good night. Take care. This is episode 3. I'm signing off. I appreciate you guys for everything. All the support, all the watches. If you guys enjoy it, let me know if you have any topics that you want to talk about. Leave in the comments below. And I know I'm going to rewatch myself and figure out what topics I want to come back on and however that works.